Hey there and welcome back to Sea Power. This is part 2. We are defending Taiwan from invasion. Been able to eliminate a boat group here. It's a Shuriken, an Osa, and another Shuriken. However, there is more on the way. There's 2 more Osas, which have decided to take a picnic in the middle of the ocean here. And there is another Pecha, but I don't think we'll be seeing this guy again anytime soon. The real threat, however, comes from the Krivak and the Urloi. These two are capable of launching long-range anti-surface missiles, as well as being a very nasty escort to all of these merchants. These merchants are commandeered merchants, and they are there to pose as the landing force. If they're able to land, it is mission failure. As for the assets that I have left, I still have all of my ships. I still have 3 harpoons here, I have no harpoons there, I have 8 harpoons here and another 8 here. I also have the archerfish. And I'm going to run the archerfish into a better position to try and torpedo the Krivak. Which is a bit dangerous, because, well, this missile, the SSN-14B, can be used against anti-submarines at a range of 27 miles. So, unless I use a harpoon, they'll be able to outshoot me. Which is something I don't find that pleasant of an idea. As for these Osas, they're carrying the sticks, and those sticks are not yet in range. Yeah, we're still 47 miles out. I'm gonna give these guys probably 1 missile each. The Osas do have a Sea Whiz, but so far I haven't really seen them be that well at defending themselves. Now the SEMS launches these things separately. So as opposed to a burst, I'm just gonna send 1 missile. And 1 missile. I think I pulled you out of formation. No. Harpoon ready on the launcher on the aft. And away. That's 1. Reloading. Oh, that air contact keeps popping in and out. And 2. Alright, so those missiles should be able to take out the Osas. And that, I think, leaves me with 8 missiles to engage the Krivak here. So let's get to work. The Prebble. We're going to send a massive spread. We're going to send all 8. And I have saved these units especially because they got the launchers there and there. Allowing the Prebble to launch all 8. I'm going to send a salvo of 8 missiles against the Krivak. There's 1. 2. 3. 4. I wonder if they're going to turn or not. 5? No, they're not going to turn. Interesting. So these missiles are going to have to make a whole turn. Yeah, they're coming out of the tubes. Oh, sorry, no, the other ones had to make a turn. Never mind. And 1 more. Okay. Now that'll be a well of travel time. They can start shooting back at a range of 27 miles, because that's the only range that they have. The other one's 8 miles. Urloi also has their own missiles, the SSN-14B, similar missile, so similar range. The SAN-9 can engage me at 6.5 mile range, so even less. As for torpedoes, these guys have the RBU 6000, so if they're capable of picking up the torpedo, they're capable of knocking the torpedo out using the RBU 6000 depth charge. That's a problem. That is a problem. The Krivak, I think, also carries the same weapon. Yeah, great. So torpedoes might not be the way to go. I could try sending this ASUW flight after the Urloi, while maintaining this very, very low flight profile, and dumping those walleyes into them. I have not used that weapon yet. I don't know how well it will work. It carries 113 kilograms high explosive warhead. Harpoons towards the Osas on their last track of the journey. We should start seeing their Sea Whiz get active. But there we go. Last ditch effort. And they got it. I did launch another missile because I misclicked, kind of. And this OSA is probably going to jump into action in about 5 seconds when that missile is to about a mile and a half range. I hope I can eliminate these because that could be 8 Styx missiles and I really don't want to have to face those. So far I've been rather successful shooting down enemy anti-ship missiles. But one can never count on that. Oh, now he wakes up and maneuvers. That's a hit. As for, is this mission easy? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. On the one hand, you could say, well, you're taking all these targets down with ease. Yes, because so far I've really only engaged the easier targets. If these OSAs would group up, they could send, well, especially in tandem with the guys in the north, they could send a wave of 16 of those missiles at me. So in that case, yes, it can be dangerous. Also, if I don't use the harpoons properly, I can find myself out of harpoons. And at that point I'll have to rely upon the standard missiles, which I think are not nearly as punchy. Oh shit. These harpoons have decided that they want to all smack into the merchant. Yes, the merchant is a target, but the Krivac is a more important target. The Krivac, I do believe, has no sea whiz. That does make it much, much more vulnerable. Oh, the other merchant's also selected. There's one harpoon going for the Krivac. There's the counter effort. This is why I dislike harpoons. They're just not very clever. It's just, oh, radar source big, kill. It's that straightforward. So yeah, this is why they're going to go for the bigger targets, and we will have probably a very alive and probably pissed off Krivac by the time that all of these missiles have either reached their targets or have been intercepted. You're passing, you're passing, you're passing, so you... Nobody's going for the Krivac! Who cares about a warship anyway? Sure enough, these are the original targets. These are the ones that are actually carrying the landing troops, supposedly. But I would like it if I could eliminate the warships first. Just makes me feel a whole lot safer. Hit. This one's gonna hit amidships. Hit. It's unfortunate about that Krivac. I think, yeah, the Udaloy is also trying to pitch in, but too little, too late, and too far away. That's 2 missiles into that merchant. It's gonna be 3 and 4. 3. Well, I gotta say, I'm not disappointed. I'm a little disappointed that we did not get the Krivac, but I landed 6 out of 8 missiles. I think that's a pretty decent score. Pretty decent. Now, how are we going to deal with the rest of them? What about this Krivac? Dare I go in aggressive? You had the worst surface-to-air missile, I think, the SAN-9 at a range of 6.5. You had the SA... Oh, yeah, you got the SAN-4, but it's 8-mile range. Which missile do I want to test most? Because they're far enough away that they don't pose a threat, or that they can't really help each other. I think taking out the Udaloy would be a bigger win. So that's what we're going to do. The A7s are going to have the flight of their life. Argonauts 3. Where's Argonauts 2? Here. I gotta give these guys all independent formation orders, otherwise they might not execute the mission. Archerfish. You're 53 miles out. Can't really help yet. Okay, so it's gonna come up to these aircraft. Racing in at 500 knots. Very, very low. They might not be detected yet. Hold on, this was what, 6-mile range? 8. I want to stay outside the NTR bubble of that ship. Which I think at the moment we're not really doing. Range and speed might put us inside there. Yeah. Call them off.
Roger. Turn 282.
Gotta stay outside of that air bubble, because otherwise I'm risking too much. I don't really have to. Okay, let's get in there. I could try sending one after the Krivac. Okay, let's go do that. One Krivac, 2 Udaloy. And after that, it should be pretty easy pickings. Should be. You need to line up here first, dude. You won't cruise. Okay.
Roger, turn 314. Roger, turn 070.
Go Udaloy. Go Udaloy. Go Krivac. Wait a second. I'm trying to overwhelm the missile defenses and surface-to-air options that these ships have. Go. Engage Krivac. I'm picking up their radars. Don't really care. Okay. Look at those smoke plumes up in the distance. There's the guns. We're 6 miles out. 5-7. There come the missiles. Oh boy. We have no missiles of our own yet. Right into harm's way. Oh! And harm's way it is. The other one is 6 miles out. How quickly can you relaunch? Oh, very quickly. Okay. Okay. Chaff it. Ah, he's gone. And the other one's also gone. Okay, so that just did absolutely nothing. Okay. Perhaps I should have waited before sending those aircraft in. But this is what we've done so far. So it's not like I can wind the clock back. The formation seems to have stopped. I wonder if this guy's the formation leader and the formation is now not sure what to do. That seems to be happening quite a lot. Except for the Krivac. The Krivac's rushing forward. Let's see if we can catch him. Well, as it turns out, we have company. Archer Fish almost ran over it at 20 knots. Thankfully, this guy was either not in a shooting mood or hasn't detected us yet. But there's a submerged sub. It's something. I just have no idea what it is. This is weird. Normally get at least some indication of what it is. Or what it could be. It's more like it starts to eliminate options, not add options. It's doing 3 knots. I'm thinking this could be a diesel boat. At 3 miles range, I'm not going to take any chances.
Engage track. Whip it away.
Send it.
7090. Turn to course. 0.
At 2/3.
Maneuvering aye.
Actually, no, we're going to try and stay in his baffles.
Turn to course. 284.
Unfortunately, we can't wire guide this thing anymore. What exactly did I find here? One mile out? I'm almost beginning to believe it's a MOS. Mobile Submarine Simulator. The Mark 48 seems to think it's found something. Oh, and that something is dropping noisemakers and torpedoes. Alright. So he's going to shoot back along the line of bearing.
Turn to course.
Ahead flank.
Ahead flank. Turn to course. 2.
So that's 1, 2, 3. 3 torps out. Cool. So it might have been a kilo or something like that, because it's real quiet. 10 decibels. And growing... It's growing quieter. 8.8?
Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in
Yeah, I know. Thankfully, these seeker cones are not great. At flank speed, Archer Fish should be able to outrun them. Or at least outrun that seeker cone, because you cannot outrun the 40 knot torp. The Set 65 has a range of, I think, 8 miles, maybe 10. So, it can stay out there for a while. That's the problem. Ah! Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. Would my torpedo like to course correct, perhaps? Yes. There's a noisemaker, but we're not falling for that nonsense. Hit. Okay, so that ought to eliminate him. Yeah, he's immediately gone. Now, we just gotta worry about the torps. Torps are searching. Depth of 319 feet. And depth of 395. This one's definitely not going to be a problem. This one might. But I kind of doubt it. Should have stayed in his baffles, really, before launching. Should have lined up behind him. Get the shot off. Still getting that ESM contact on air. Don't know what that is. I think the AI has had a bit of a brain fart here, because all of these ships are just stationary. And it's like the Krivac is... this message is coming up like every second, but 10 times every second. He's trying to deploy his towed array, and utterly failing to do so because you cannot deploy the towed array below 5 knots, and he's stationary. So the game is doing some weird stuff there. Now the Udaloy is 8 miles out from him. So I'm gonna give him my last dose of missiles, and hope that the Krivac will not be able to stop those. The Krivac is 6 miles away from the next merchant, so it might get lucky and kind of have this merchant operate as a deflection, as a bigger target. As for the other ones, they're all just stationary. So again, AI probably brain fart because it doesn't know what else to do. Okay, Archerfish is fine. We are getting into the shallows though. So far, well done to Archerfish. She scored kills on most of these, a couple of these. Now she's killed the submarine. Very, very dangerous unit here. I wonder what this Krivac is going to do the moment that it realizes that there is a that there is a surface threat coming in. Because it has to detect these missiles and it has to act on them. It might pull the AI out of its stupor and going, hold on. Threat. As for that Udaloy, it's too far away. The Udaloy only has a range of, what was it, 6? I keep forgetting. Yeah, 6.5, so they can't help. The Krivac's gonna have to defend itself alone. And I'm rather hoping that it can't. Are you seriously not spotting the Oh, now it woke up. Oh, come on. Yeah, we're going merchant hunting. Lovely. One of them has decided to start shooting the Udaloy. I rather doubt that it'll get there. But hey, it's it's a play. If it wants to make it, sure. But this is just because the Krivac moved. If that thing would have been stationary, we would not have had any issues. This Udaloy is just popping missiles like there's no tomorrow. It also carries lots and lots and lots of them. If only it would go through all of them, but I'm afraid we're not going to get to that point. Anyway, this merchant here is going to probably suffer catastrophic defeat by Harpoon. I think the Udaloy is a slight bit too busy to go after all of these missiles. You can see some of them are getting intercepted to even realize that there might be one going for them. All these missiles are streaking towards the port side of the ship. Oh, I stand corrected. Don't worry about the chaff. Don't worry about the incoming missiles. Don't worry about the Sea Whiz. Just hit the Udaloy. Nope. Up we go. Yeah. Hit. Multiple surface. Oh, that's the submarine. Sorry, that's submarine launched torps. They can't get to me. We'll be fine. That merchant's been hit twice. Once. Once, actually. Crap. They've intercepted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 missiles. So whereas I got 6 missiles out of 8 to hit last time around, now I'm only getting 2. Lovely. Okay, Archerfish then. You're gonna have to get in there and hit this guy with a torpedo. Good hunting. After a bit of maneuvering, the Archerfish is ready to strike again. This time around with the torpedoes. I'm going to do a torpedo attack from 2 different vectors, hoping that the Krivac is not going to be able to stop both. So we're going to send one towards the north, one towards the south. And by the time that he detects the torpedoes, he's going to respond, well, potentially respond with a torpedo attack towards the north and the south. In which case, I am in neither location. I really hope that I can keep the wire guidance on these torpedoes, otherwise I will find that the torpedoes just probably harmlessly sail past, which would be a waste of 2 very good Mark 48s. As for the rest of them, I still have 9 torps and 3 harpoons, and still a stationary convoy. He knows about it. There's an SSN-14B. So that's one of those air-assisted or rocket-assisted torpedoes going directly in the vicinity of this Mark 48, which is 5 miles away from the Archerfish. So they detected this torp, but they probably haven't spotted this one yet. They have, however, dropped a noisemaker, and the Krivac's turning back north-northwest. At least they seem to be turning to west. And potentially might dump more torps into the water, but they don't know where I'm at. So as long as those torps just maintain their nice and circly position around this Mark 48, I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't think I'll be... There you are. The UMG-T1 is a pretty shit torpedo. Probably won't find me. Let's turn this one towards the Krivac. He's only 5 miles out. He's definitely dumping a lot of torpedoes into the water. Where's that gonna go? Is he just dropping torpedoes at intermediate intervals? Like one there, and hoping that there's a submarine in line? I guess that makes... Oh, there's more. Even the Udaloy's pitching in now. The Udaloy's pitching against the other Mark 48. The plan's working. I love it. The search cone is very, very tiny, so I think Archerfish will be fine. This is the beauty of having the torpedoes not go directly for a target, but kind of act a little bit more unpredictable. Yeah, they're on full running mode now. I wonder if it's going to do them any good. Even the merchants are deciding that maybe staying put is not in their best interests. Is the Udaloy just launching all of their cruise missiles? They don't have that many SSN-14Bs. They carry 8 of them in those big tubes. Same for the Krivac, that's those tubes. Yep, there's another one. He was just dropping them at some intervals, hoping to catch something. No such thing, sunshine. No such luck. The ploy has worked. Now let's wait another 4 miles of travel time and hope that this torpedo still has enough juice left to catch the target when the target's not at its, well, let's say expected location. So there's my torpedo, casually swimming along, and all of a sudden it gets a very, very warm welcome by the RBU 6000s. Thankfully so far, no joy. But this thing can shoot again, fairly soon. And there you go, that's one of the canisters I think reloading. Unfortunately, it seems that this torpedo has not found the target. That's a problem. If I'm lucky, it'll find a merchant, but I don't think I have enough fuel to get there. Seeing as I was about, what? Well, maybe. I was about 12 miles out, and I did right-click the Krivac, so it should be going for it, but unfortunately it is not. The Russians have populated the waters here with loads of torpedoes. And I think that they've just expended all of their SSN-14Bs. So what I'm going to do is take my surface group and go towards them. We're going to head in, flank. Completely forgot I had a Sea Sprite out there. Yeah, he was able to get away. Okay, given our range, And his current propensity for running away. There's the RBUs again. Why are you wasting an RBU salvo at a target that's not even chasing you anymore?
Contact faded. Track.
There. Boom, 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 boom. No joy. So wasting 2 good torpedoes. Unfortunate. I did push the Archerfish a bit farther north because I was kind of getting worried about all these torps in the water. Even though the Seeker Cone is bad, I don't think they'll... Well... Let's just say I don't want to take any chances. What's the Udaloy up to? Here you are. Not doing much. Still got the Preble. The Preble had that pretty decent range of 35. So we're getting there.
Contact faded. Track.
Okay. Soon we should be able to start engaging this group.
Turn to course.
And maybe we need to just gun down these merchants. Like it's World War II and it's going out of fashion. Gun style. And once again attacking the Krivak with a sort of hammer and anvil attack. We are kind of chasing him from 2 sides. I was hoping to hit him from 2 opposite sides, but that's not quite happening because he ran away when he heard this Mark 48. The other one, I don't think he's aware of yet. So what I'm going to do is have this weapon go active. He's only 2 miles out from the Krivak, so we should almost be able to find the hull. Once we do, hopefully we can kill it off. This one I think is passive. This one's going to go into a search mode once it's run out its intended course. Run to enable. A bit more. It's running due south at 28 knots. I'm running 50 knots on the Torp. Catch him. There you go. Mark 48 is active. I can still guide him onto the target. This one, not as much. I have lost the wire on 1094, but 1093 I still got the wire on. 1 mile out. I'm expecting a response from the RBUs when we get to about half a mile. So they can still try to kill this torpedo off. For now the ship isn't doing much. He did pop noisemakers, of course, and he might do that again. He's turning starboard. Active. Okay, the Mark 48 is acquired.
Air. Contact detected.
There's the RBU. Right on the money. Ooh, nope, didn't get me. The noisemaker is spoofing the other Mark 48 though. It's probably gonna go... There's the hull. He's probably gonna decide that the noisemaker isn't worth it and look for something else. This one does know what it's after. It appears to be their towed array. Kind of dragging along. Below the layer, I imagine. The Mark 48 has now decided, yeah, that noisemaker doesn't interest me. You do. Here's a last-ditch RBU effort. No joy. Yeah, that's gonna knock out his propulsion, probably. Propulsion's dead. That should make it easier to catch with the other torp, and he's dead. Nice work on the Archerfish. You took out another Krivak. Beautiful. At this point, the merchants are going, no. And they're running away. And the Udaloy is still more or less moving along at 6 knots. An Archerfish standard ahead. I think once we get to the wreck of the Cashin, I can launch another spread. We can potentially do the same thing to the Udaloy. My formation is steaming up. And once in range, should be able to engage. I think that these missiles are, well, they're not beam rating. But they do seem to want to have a very close launch angle. Because if I try and launch at this merchant, I probably won't get a launch of the ship. And this has been happening a few times with the Preble. It'll just not fight. Which is annoying. Let's tell the formation to go weapons free. Air defense, weapons free. If they think they have a shot, by all means take it. Archfish, relocate. And prepare to eliminate the Udaloy. I was wrong about the count of the SSN-14Bs aboard the Udaloy. Here's one now. And it's going directly for what seems to be my surface unit. So they know that I'm there, and they are carrying some hostile intent towards me. At this point, I think it is time to start spreading out the hammer and anvil again. So 2 north, 2 south, and slow down to 1/3. We have targets to eliminate, and there's plenty of targets around. So I shouldn't have that much difficulty eliminating them. The Standard Missile has decided that the Krevac apparently is a more important target than an incoming anti-surface missile. So let's see if we can get rid of that. There was, yeah, there's the SAN-9 response to my Standard Missile, which was responding to their missile. Oh, actually, I'm going for the Merchant. Okay. No, that's fine. We gotta get rid of that thing anyway. But, can we pretty please eliminate this threat first? Because we can still lose the mission if the ship dies. Now it goes for the Scot and the Preble. We cannot lose the Preble. Go have at that missile. I think the Silex isn't that fast. 565, got him. Now, we did hit the Merchant pretty hard, apparently. There's another Standard Missile en route. More hostile missiles. Oh, there's another Silex. You're not done yet? You bastard. I thought we were done. Guess not. Okay, let's start turning the Mark 48s into the general direction of the targets. Lest I lose track. Or lest I lose the wire, that is. This is gonna be a bit more obvious where the Archer fish is, but so be it.
Turn to course.
Turn slowly.
09.
Yeah, we're just wasting missiles on this Merchant. This is kind of what happens when you go weapons free. They tend to go a little nutty. Get those missiles away. 30 seconds to reload. What are you targeting? Please say it's the anti-ship missile. It is. Okay, good. Scott, new target. That one.
Engage track 7178.
He's gonna make this a bit exciting, isn't he? Oodaloy. And we might get another hit on this cargo ship. This poor Merchant. I feel kind of bad for him. But, well, he is a mission target. Another SSN-14B coming in. Multiple hostile air. Oh, hold on. No, never mind. It's changing course. I thought it was going to go for the torps. So, like a counteract, but it's not doing that. Okay, this guy should be getting dealt with. We got plenty of surge to air in the air. Nope. Come on. Thank you. Go hunt something else. How many missiles we got left? 6 rim, 20 standard missile extended, 21 medium range, another 17 medium range. We got plenty. We got plenty. This Merchant could be dead. These torps are going to make matters very, very much worse for the rest of that formation. Standard missile. Did not catch him. Go on. Yes. Well done. Another hit on the Merchant. Oh, he's popping noisemakers. He knows the torps are there. Is that going to save him? I'm not sure yet. So if these run long, maybe I can hit those Merchants behind him. Oh, gentlemen. You're activating a bit too early. There we go. Hit the track. Good work. That Merchant's gone. Oodaloy is racing away. Unfortunately for him, if I don't find him, I'll find something else. Oh, here's a counter spread. Set 65s. And the sets had a range of what, 8? Yeah, 8 miles. So, judging by that, they could reach the Archer fish if I get unlucky. Let's just, I don't know, go active here. I'm going to tell this one to go there. I do want to get out of the way here.
Turn to course.
Southeast.
129.
Head flank. Run.
Multiple hostile ground contacts detected.
That will cause me to lose track of these torps. I mean, not track in the sense that I can't see them anymore, but I will not be able to control them anymore.
Contact faded. Track.
Woodloy is 18 miles out. It really can't do much beyond trying to gun me down or wait for its 6-mile missile range to kick in. Which I doubt will happen anytime soon.
Engaging track 7 0.
You get a hit on that?
0 4. Engaging track 7 0
No.
2 5.
I think because we can't quite see him yet. Okay, let's get the torps on targets. And ideally get rid of this escort once and for all, because it's caused me a lot of issues. We're now also escalating to missiles. Unfortunately, that was the first one. No joy. I do have plenty more where that came from, but if we're just going to send these things single shot into the target, and it's going to turn out that they all run into chaff, which so far, I mean, last part of this video, the first part, it wasn't great. Okay, that should give that Udaloy something to worry about. 4 missiles incoming. How many missiles do you have left? If any. Maybe he doesn't have any. He's expended so many missiles trying to catch the harpoons, and he did, that I think he doesn't really have an answer to this. Hit.
7 0 0 4.
Is that it? Just hit one? Huh. Okay, well there's a 3-4 more incoming. 1. Where did these other missiles keep going? That's weird. Anyway, he's been hit. Might be enough to knock him out. He's slowed, so that Mark 48 could catch up to him. This one I think is looking for targets. This one will also start looking for targets. And this one's still on... yeah, it's also on the search pattern. There we go. Next missile launch. Coming off of the Scott. You've still got 13 missiles left. 11 now.
7 0 0 4.
Finish the mission, gentlemen. I think the Mark 48 is acquired. Despite the damage, he's still in fighting condition. But not enough. Oh! Really? You're going to get chaffed. You are also getting chaffed. No, are you? No, he might not be. Boom. And is that his propulsion? Still, no, he's just slowing down. His props are dead. Good. Unfortunately, this Torp's probably not going to care, because I told it to go for the merchant. So, as much as that Udaloy is now vulnerable to torpedoes, I can't capitalize on it. That sucks. Yeah, and this is where all those torpedoes went.
Turn to course.
Lovely.
1 1. Hell my. New air. Contact detected.
Really? You're not going to catch him?
Track.
Bloody hell. I hope I can get at least one hit with the Torp. Can we pretty please engage this Udaloy?
Engaging track 7 0 0 4. Salvo fire.
Ah, we have one going active on him. One has caught on to the Udaloy, and it did throw a noisemaker overboard. But that's not enough to stop it.
Bulldog away. Track 7. Bulldog
Yeah, the rest of the
away.
Torps are just
Track 7
gonna sail past harmlessly.
Bulldog away. Track
We are gonna pump some missiles into that merchant, though.
4.
Hello, Udaloy. This is the crippling blow, friend. This is the end of the line.
7 Bulldog away. Track,
Hit.
Track 7 0 2. Bulldog away.
It appears to be flooding.
Track 7 0 0. Bulldog away. Track 7 0 0.
At this point, I can also have Archerfish launch its own, well, its own surviving harpoons.
0 2 5. Bulldog away. Track 7 0.
Come on, that Udaloy has to be dead, right?
Track
Merchant here has been hit. At least one merchant. Okay, let's go get him. I think the MVP has definitely been Archerfish. She was instrumental in eliminating most of the formation. Hit track. Hit. Oh, we're already engaging the other merchants with the rest of the missiles. That does leave us very vulnerable. We got 15 missiles here, we got 8 here and 5 there. Any incoming missiles are now going to be probably the end of us, but I think this could be the end of the scenario. Just eliminating the rest of these ships. Yeah, why not? Torp. No, sorry, missile away. Merchant dead. This poor merchant can't do anything. Oh well. Had to go. Here's the standard missile. Boom, and here's the harpoon. Up you go. And right down. Boom. Okay, I think that ought to do it. I'm going to tell the formation to stand down. Formation orders. Air defense, weapon tight. Stop missile spamming. Because we simply don't have anything to spam with. I think this merchant's going to be sinking. It'll probably be 2 hits. There you go. Yeah, that ought to seal the deal. So, there you go. Victory! The invasion force has been sent to the bottom of the Taiwan Strait, buying the defenders ashore some time to regroup. Which has an ominous ring to it. We might not be done yet. So join me next time, as we're going to be moving on to part 3 of these missions. Now these missions are on the Steam Workshop, so if you want to play them yourself, you can. They're linked down below in the description. That's where you can find them, that's where you can just download them and play them for yourself. Thank you for watching. Hope you had fun. I'll see you soon for more Sea Power.